Hello, and welcome to Talking with Food Safety Professionals. My name is Dr. Jennylynd James, and I'm a food safety professional with over 25 years of experience in the industry. And with me today is Joe Laino. Joe is the president of JML Food Safety and Quality Limited. Hello, Joe.
Hey, Dr. Jennylynd, how are you?
Fine, thank you. And Joe has over 40 years of experience in the industry, so we're really happy to have you with us today. So, Joe, tell us, how did you get started in this field of food safety and quality?
Oh my gosh. Well, when you say 40 years, it just makes me feel even older than I think good Lord. So when I was a kid, my father was in the food industry.
Ah,
And at the time he worked for a company who is still very much in existence today. Um, Without mentioning who, but
mhm.
they're a household name.
Yes.
Um, like I just ate some of their product today as a snack.
Okay.
And from an early age, I was exposed to, food safety and quality control and inspections and all this stuff. And
Right.
it was never my intention to go into the food industry when I was a kid. I always wanted to be a veterinarian.
Ah,
And then I looked into it and I began to realize that it's like 12 years of college. And like I just didn't have the patience for that. Um, Plus, seeing sick animals makes me sad. So I was just it wasn't a line of work to go into. But
yes.
I tried my hand at food science as a major,
Yes.
and my minor is in human nutrition.
Okay.
Um, Fast forward through, a bunch of jobs over the years. And here I am. Will be 40 years. Good Lord. It'll be
Excellent.
40. It'll be 40 years next month that
Wow.
I'm in the industry. And it's been very good to me. It really has.
Yes,
And
yes.
my
So,
and my family.
yes, yes. So what roles have you held over the years and what industries have you worked in?
Sure. So I've held the majority of my time has really been in quality control, QA, food safety,
Mm.
sanitation,
Oh,
pest control. I did one stint as a director of operations, which I'll never do that again. Like
okay.
I think food safety is a thankless job. I just did a plant manager role. I'm like, I can't do this. um, but I've worked in the majority of my career has been in the baking industry,
Baking.
um,
Oh,
snack foods.
yes.
Um, but I've also spent a great deal of time in RTE, meals, grab and go type stuff. I've worked in confectionery. I've worked in some meat processing over the years, recipe meals.
Ah,
Um, I've worked with ingredient manufacture
yes.
before. Um, so really, pasta, both filled pasta and dry pasta.
Okay.
Um, Storage and distribution, I've worked, and then when I got into auditing, very very early in my career,
Yes.
I worked for one of the audit firms, and at that very young age, I got exposure to corrugated manufacture, metal cans, glass bottles, um, sweeteners, beverage manufacture. And then throughout the years, I specialized in those different industries, and then took on a role as an SQF lead auditor
Yes.
back in 20, oh my gosh, 2015, 2016.
Okay.
And now because of that broad background, now I was able to qualify for, I think, 7 or 8 different SQF categories. But
Categories.
my
Oh,
career's always been on the food safety side.
yes, yes. So, first working in several different commodities and
Hmm.
then as an auditor.
Yep.
Very good. And what are some of the challenges that you've seen in the past in the food industry, and then, well, the present day challenges?
Yeah. So, it's funny. What's old is new, right? And some of the challenges that I see today in industry are the similar challenges that I had seen 15, 20, even 30 years ago.
Okay.
We have our own set of headaches now in today's world, with threats of bioterrorism, um, technology not necessarily being used properly. Um, but a lot of it boils down to um, senior leadership. And, they say they're committed, but are they?
Ah,
And that actually would be a great topic for another
yes.
conversation. They say
Okay.
they're committed, but are they?
Are they really?
Um, there's been so much emphasis on food safety culture over these past few years,
Yes.
and how do we measure that as a KPI for signs of success? And it's more than just banners and T-shirts. It's the everyday things that really drive. Those continue to be legitimate concerns in the industry.
Yes,
Um,
definitely.
I think we are becoming very focused on program documentation. And I feel sometimes that we're getting away from the boots on the ground food safety approach.
Yes, yes,
We can have the greatest documentation in the world. If nobody washes their hands, it doesn't make a difference, right?
I do.
So it's not just, do we have functional program documentation, but is it being executed? And that's an issue that will go on long before, or I should say, long after I retire. Um, the next generation of food safety people, they'll have to deal with it, and it'll be ongoing long after they
Yes,
retire.
yes. And the
So
first
it's
point to your first point, the commitment to management. I remember one of my first jobs in industry. I was interviewed and hired, and you know, on the production floor, readjust equipment. And the owner of the company was a family-owned business. They'd say, "Don't adjust the equipment. We just hired you for marketing purposes. We want to say we have a food scientist on
yeah,
staff. Don't do anything."
right.
So when it
Don't
comes
touch
to
anything.
commitment, from senior management, it
Yeah,
really is a challenge.
it is. It is, and it's there's been so many high profile food safety outbreaks,
Yes.
particularly in the last 10 or 15 years, particularly in the last couple of years, where they have the food safety quality policy statement on the front door when you come in the
Yes.
lobby, or it's a big 24 by 36 laminated banner on a wall. Well,
Yes.
that's great. Okay, that's terrific. Or like, as an auditor, I get there and my name's in the lobby. Welcome, Joe Laino.
Yes.
That's great, and I appreciate that. But are we doing the basics? And I love to cook. It's a passion of mine. I love
Yes.
cooking. Um, I have never made anybody that I've ever cooked for at home sick. I've never made, because I am a freak about keeping the cold stuff cold, the hot stuff hot. Don't
Yes.
mix raw and finish prop. Wash your hands 100 times while you're cooking. Um, and we have to follow that same mindset in the plants.
Exactly.
You know,
Very good. Now we have a lot of university students who are wondering, which path to follow, or even before university, what should I study? Yes, I want to get in the food industry, but what's my future? Any guidance you can give to students entering university, or those who are leaving and wondering where to
if you
to
if
go
you're in
next?
university, I would suggest staying there. If you're graduating, I would suggest going back. It's hard out there, and I'm teasing. It's hard. The work world is hard. Um, I don't think I don't think folks graduate school ready to hit the road. I no matter what, it's like you watch in professional football. They take the 22-year-old quarterback. He was a rock star at college, and they make him the starting quarterback, and he can't do it. There's a training period, and there's a ramp up training that's involved. So my advice to today's graduates is a couple of pieces. One is, over the years, you're going to find that there are just difficult people out there. Okay, there are just difficult people to deal with. And your success is going to be in part as a result of that person helping you. Okay.
Yes.
How do you navigate around that one person who is a jerk, who stands in the way of your being successful? Okay.
Yes.
So learning what makes people tick is a key to success. And I don't care whether you're in the food industry, the legal profession, any industry that you go into. So my advice would be, number one, you're all required to take like Psych 101. I would take as many psychology classes as I could. Learn what makes people tick. Learn the skills to navigate around those or work with those difficult coworkers.
Different personalities on the job there. We need to understand.
Absolutely. Number two would be, at some point in your career, you're going to have to address a group of people verbally, in person. I don't mean through email. Okay. To this day, I still find that there are people who do not know how to present a topic to a group setting.
Oh.
Okay.
Right.
And I've taught courses on this, and I've held seminars on this, on how to engage in a public setting. Okay.
Yeah.
So my second piece of advice would be, I would take every public speaking class you can get your hands on and learn how to talk to groups ranging from 1 to 1,000. I've done presentations. The largest group I dealt with was 862 people. Without that skill set, it's difficult to really move up the ladder and let's face it, we all want to move up the ladder, because when moving up the ladder comes with what? Right? It comes with more money. So I feel very passionately about learn how to speak to large groups, figure out what makes people tick.
Yes.
And in any industry you go into, you should have a leg up on being successful.
Yes. Well, even negotiating, in a job interview setting, it's like doing a presentation.
Absolutely.
So you need the presentation
skills
first to get the job and then to move up.
Absolutely. I've been told that just recently that well, it was a couple of years ago, the position that I interviewed for, I got the job because of how I interviewed. And it was a Teams meeting. It wasn't in person.
Okay.
But you can still be engaging. You can still be inflective.
Yes.
In a virtual call.
Virtual setting, yes, because you can still see the participants and
exactly
accordingly.
Exactly. Now you can't see me from the waist down. You don't know if I'm wearing jeans, sweatpants. You have no idea, right? So all they're getting is this shoulders up presentation. But it's in the way you engage with those on the call. And I've done, since COVID, I don't think I haven't done an in-person training class since COVID.
Yes.
Everything's now virtual, which is fine. It's fine. It's the same message across. That's
why I think it's important to actually see the participants when you have the virtual the virtual presentation. I know when I do training, I tell people, please turn on your cameras. I need to see you. Some can't understand why. But I know why, because I want to see who's kind of falling off and losing focus. So I do ask participants to turn on their cameras. And I don't start until all the cameras are on.
Yep. Is
Yes.
and the last piece too is that once you get that first job, and that's the hardest part,
Yes.
is getting that first job, right? Because you don't have experience, so nobody's going to hire you. But if nobody hires you, how do you get that experience? It's like the chicken and
Exactly.
the egg, right? I Once you get that job, anything your company asks you to do it. Because everything you do, you're learning
Yes.
something else that's going to add value, if not to that job, then to roles down, and opportunities down the line.
Yes, certainly. Certainly. Well, thank you so much, Joe. That's all we
Thank you.
have time for today. I do appreciate you being on talking to food safety professionals. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me, Jennylynd. I appreciate it. It was good to see you.
Please hit the like button, like our video, and remember to subscribe to the channel Food Safety Smart so you can be notified every time we interview another amazing food scientist. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you.